Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Football Pundit. I'm just here to rant because the referees and VARs in the Premier League have disgraced it. The Arsenal won, Brighton won. If it had not have been the referee, we could have easily won the match. But due to a horrible blunder from the referee, Declan Rice is sent off in the 49th minute of the game and the game is turned around on Arsenal. It could have ended more horrible for Arsenal. They could have lost the game, but somehow they stuck through, grinded out a 1-1 result at home. Let's discuss more about it. So, welcome to Football Pundit, and without any further ado, let's get started. Beautiful goal from an assist from Bukayo Saka. It was then where we went to halftime with 1-0 lead. We came back and then we saw the game turned around on Arsenal because of Chris Kavanagh. Now, I have never been a fan of refereeing, but I have never been vocal about it on the refereeing mistakes and how they can improve in the Premier League. A lot of teams last season and in the seasons before have been affected by this, and today it was Arsenal again who have been affected by this horrible decision that Chris Kavanagh has given against Arsenal. In the first half, he gave a yellow card for Declan Rice, which could have been avoided. But for my understanding, maybe it was a soft yellow card, but a yellow card nonetheless. In the second half, he gave Declan Rice a red card, and that changed the whole game for Arsenal. With a just 5 minutes after the red card, João Pedro scored the second goal for Brighton and leveled the score. We somehow managed to pull the game and grind out a 1 point, with ending the game at the Emirates 1-1. Now, from my understanding, this is how I look at VAR in the Premier League. They are blind. I don't know what they are doing. The referees, what are they actually working on? Are they even connecting with them properly, trying to replay the goals, trying to replay the mistakes, trying to check if this can be avoided, if it is something that is harsh? What is the VAR team actually doing? I have absolutely no clue about it. We have seen mistakes after mistakes, mistakes after mistakes. With so much of technological advancement in the Premier League, with all the things that are there to help the referee, still the mistakes that they do are horrible. The level of refereeing has really gone down year by year in the Premier League. There is nothing to take away from that. To be honest, I have now lost my faith in the refereeing setup in the Premier League. All I have is just negative thoughts. I was trying to hold back on refereeing decisions, thinking that this is going to improve this year, the quality of refereeing, the quality of decision making, but it has just been horrible for Arsenal, game by game, week by week, and not just for Arsenal, for other teams in the Premier League as well. One small mistake that's like this has cost Arsenal 2 points. 2 points was the difference for Arsenal winning the Premier League last year. So that is how these points do matter. Now, this is why I have lost the faith in the referees. If you see the pictures on the right, these are from the Arsenal's first game where they took on Wolves at the Emirates Stadium. You see a player choking Havertz, okay? You see another player touching Gabriel Jesus inappropriately. None of those decisions, none of those incidents had any yellow card given to the Wolves player. On the left side, you have an incident from the first half from Arsenal versus Brighton game. You see there is a handball which comes from a shot that is from Ben White. Ben White struck the shot properly. It is heading towards goal and it touches the hand of the defender. There is no decision. The VAR check is given with a full green signal that it is completely fine, and they said that the ball and the hand of the player are in even though they are in proper contact, the hand of the player is in natural position, so we cannot give any decision against it. Now it clearly looks like the ball is being deflected, but nevertheless, the VAR ruled it off. Now we are going to talk about two decisions here and two different incidents. The first, on the bottom right side, you see Jao Pedro, the ball has already crossed the line and it should be taken back for a throw in. But he kicks the ball long directly to the keeper. The referee didn't intervene, didn't give a yellow card for this. Even Arteta was shouting and the players were shouting, how can he kick the ball when it has already crossed the line? But there is no VAR that comes in, no referee that intervenes it, no yellow card given, and this is a moment from the first half. In the second half, at the 49th minute, the ball is given to the Weltman. He has to take a free kick. Now, during the free kick, if you remember properly, the ball has to be placed in a stop position where the ball should not be rolling, and then the player should be allowed to take a free kick or he can shoot the ball long. Weltman rolls the ball, and then Declan Rice touches the ball and he Weltman kicks Declan Rice hard, and it should have been a red card for Weltman or at least a yellow card. But the referee, Chris Kavanagh, for I don't know what he was thinking, what was going on in his head, he comes back, reviews the things, and gives a second yellow to Declan Rice, which then converts to red. Now, this changes the whole dynamics of the game. In the first half, you don't give a decision for an incident that is even bigger than the other one. You don't call anything, you don't even call the player, you don't even say anything, no yellow card, nothing. In the second half, when the ball is already in Brighton's half, when there is no player who is close to the Weltman who might be receiving the ball, Weltman has rolled the ball, it's not even placed properly. Still, Chris Kavanagh, for some reason or the other, gives a second yellow to Declan Rice for delaying the restart of the game. For God knows what, where he didn't even place the ball for a kick. He has rolled the ball. And you cannot take a free kick on a rolling ball. It's Premier League football 101 refereeing thing. And I don't know what is going on with these referees. I'm not sure what to say anymore on this. Horrible. Now there were two new signings that were there in the stand at the Emirates. One of them was Sterling, who is signed at the deadline day. The second one is Mikel Merino, who is holding a sling, trying to give comfort to his fractured shoulder. He should be back in close to 2 months of time. And Sterling, I think we should see in action after the international break. So it was good to see both of them back in the Emirates, and good to have them in the squad ready and kick for Arsenal. Now let's have a look what has Premier League to say for the decisions that have gone against Arsenal and for the horrible decisions made by the referee. For the 48th minute incident on Declan Rice, the referee issued a yellow card to the Declan Rice for delaying a restart. I mean, seriously, Jao Pedro kicking the ball almost half line through has not got anything to do with delaying the restart. When Bukayo Saka was asked about the decision, he said that we just want some consistency. Jao Pedro booted the ball halfway across the pitch in the first half and got nothing for it. Declan got the slightest of touch on the ball and he was given a yellow card and sent off. When Mikel Arteta was asked about the same thing during his post-match conference, Mikel Arteta had to say, explanation of a red card? No, none. Like always, he didn't get an explanation for it. If it happens throughout the game in a consistent way, that's fine, but it didn't. In the first half, he also pointed out the same thing about Jao Pedro, where he kicked the ball halfway through the goal, where it said in this first half there are a number of occasions where the ball is kicked away, but nothing happened. The referee did absolutely nothing. So Chris Kavanagh, this draw and this Arsenal match is on you and your horrible decisions, which includes the VAR team as well. In terms of match start, Arsenal, after going a man down, the possession went all to Brighton, where they were dominating all of the ball in the second half, where Arsenal was just trying to pull through. There were a couple of brilliant chances, one for Kai Havertz, and I think he should have finished it off. There was one where Kai Havertz pulled one back for Saka, but he fluffed his shot as well. So these were the two chances and one of the best chances of the second half, which they should have taken it, and the game could have still turned out in a better way for Arsenal. But unfortunately, that was not to happen, and the result was 1-1. With the amount of XG for Arsenal being 2.04 and XG for Brighton 1.97, both of them having a close to 2. Big chances 5-3. Tackles more from Brighton 22-11 of Arsenal. Goalkeeper saves were 6 to Arsenal's 3. The defense were rock solid, and I think if we have left the stadium with a point, it has to be given credit to the defenders and David Raya for making unbelievable saves and giving us the composure that is required at the goal. Now, in terms of foul, we have 12 fouls to their 7. In terms of passes, we have 269 passes to their 456. Tackles are pretty even from 16 to 17. And free kicks 7-12. In terms of play ratings, I think Saka and Havertz, with Saka assisting Havertz goal and Havertz scoring a good goal, they get the highest. And apart from that, it is David Raya and all the defenders at the back. Julian Timber, unfortunately, he got a yellow card for a foul, so that's why his score is a bit less. But all the defenders, for me, they performed very well and pulled one back for Arsenal in a way that they have come out, even being 10 men down for almost the whole half. They have come out with a point with Brighton. I think there will be a lot of learning opportunities for Arsenal to keep their head down when they already have a yellow card. Maybe Declan Rice should have done a bit better, not doing anything that could have intrigated the referee in the way that it did. It's a learning curve for us as well, but still I'll say it's a horrible decisions and something that is not acceptable at the level of the Premier League by Chris Kavanagh, other referees and VAR. Something should really change in the refereeing system. So that's done in there for the video, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. What do you think about the refereeing decisions in Premier League? What are your takeaways from the Arsenal versus Brighton game? And what do you want to see Arsenal do next? So thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe the video and share it with your friends. I'll see you next time. Thank you.